So an entire month after launch, we are finally starting to see a handful of Pretendo YouTubers come up with their, oh, Tears of the Kingdom was actually disappointing videos. We've seen a couple of people, like Narrow, like I think I don't even know. I don't pay attention to these people. But you have like a couple of YouTubers going out trying to create a narrative, trying to tell you that Tears of the Kingdom was a disappointment, that it was nothing but a rehash of Breath of the Wild, that Nintendo has underwhelmed us, that, this game was a massive letdown. And it is so obviously just an attempt at getting views that it's not even funny. Like Narrow in particular, that video was posted to 4chan immediately after he uploaded it, and people were already, right off the bat, noticing things about it, making weird mistakes, like, complaining about boss rematches in the depths. Oh, they're just reusing enemies in the depths, like, without understanding what's actually happening and what's actually going on and how that could benefit you, the player, right? That is like the kind of the trend I've been noticing lately, is that like Pretendos are absolutely still going after every major Nintendo release, but a lot of these games are so big and so expansive and remain relevant for so long. Nothing they say sticks in the public eye. Splatoon 3 is another really good example of a game that was hated at launch, that was despised, that was considered to be a mere rehash of Splatoon 2, is still going strong today with, like, regular updates, a very strong player base, a game that has remained very, very much, very, very much relevant in the Switch space, even if like the YouTubers and the gaming community like desperately tried to write it off like immediately, right? It was a complete joke. So what does that mean for Nintendo? Like, again, this kind of goes into what I've been saying for a while now, is that like it feels like 10 years ago, gaming journalism migrated from like the article format to the vlogging format, to the video format on YouTubers, right? We went from like establishment gaming YouTubers to YouTubers, right? And over the past 10 years, we've begun to learn why these gaming YouTubers aren't necessarily to be trusted either, right? We are seeing constantly that these people have no accountability, will straight up make things up, take things out of context, and create some kind of narrative concerning concerning Nintendo games and their newest entries, right? Like, Tears of the Kingdom was a game beloved at launch, right? Fans have spent like hundreds of hours in this game already. I've put like over 60 hours into it. I'm taking a break from it right now, but that's because like I went through the entire main quest, and had a blast with it. Every time I've come back to it, I've just like, fallen in love with the game more and more, right? Like these critics who are trying to create a narrative, trying to like put out a video, trying to like make money off of like criticizing Zelda and Nintendo, are running into this like very real problem where like the audience, the people who watch the videos, who play the games, know more about the game than they do. The only people who are taking these these Pretendo, I keep saying detractor because I've watched too much DSP, but these Pretendo Tears of the Kingdom videos are people who hate Nintendo, right? People who are desperately trying to like find something to complain about when it comes to the company. People who are looking to like for content for their own videos. People who are like looking to like try and promote other games. Right? Actual Nintendo fans are very, very happy with Tears of the Kingdom. I am very, very happy with Tears of the Kingdom. And I, for the longest time, have been very, very, very upset with YouTubers trying to downplay everything Nintendo does, trying to like be angry over like every major Nintendo release. And it's really gotten old. It's gotten to the point where like you really wonder why these people even bother covering Nintendo to begin with, because all they ever do All they do is whine and cry about every single little thing. How can anyone possibly take this seriously? I think that more and more Nintendo fans really need to start, going after these YouTubers, like condemning them for their actions and really understanding what's actually going on here is that these guys are simply trying to grow their channels. They don't care about Nintendo, they don't care about the games. They don't even really they haven't even really spent a lot of time playing Tears of the Kingdom. Obviously, otherwise they wouldn't make these obviously facetious claims about it. Like Tears of the Kingdom is a great game. It's going to be remembered as one of the best Zelda games ever made, one of the best games Nintendo has ever put out, and these YouTubers are desperately trying to do whatever they can to prevent that from happening.